Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys the weekly soul connection reading, which is going to be for Monday, May 6th, going all the way until Sunday, May 12th. So this could be for any kind of a soul connection that you feel with another person, twin flame, soulmate, doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you just feel a soul connection with another person. This is going to be geared more towards people that are in some sort of separation or challenge, maybe little to no contact with their particular person. I'm going to be checking the energies of the masculine and the feminine. I do refer to the masculine as he or she, and I do understand that these energies can be interchangeable. It's just easier for me to channel that way. So just apply the energies how they resonate for your situation. And at the end of the day, not all readings or messages you receive on very general readings on YouTube are going to resonate. So take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. So as usual, I'm going to put everything that I'm using in the description box below. Today, I'm really going to want to infuse this energy with Archangel Michael. So I'm using the Tough as Nails Archangel Michael Orgonite from Wing and Bell. If you guys are interested in any of their other Orgonites or this one, go ahead and use the link below to go to their Etsy shop. I'm going to be using Doreen Virtue's Archangel Michael Oracle cards to get some messages from Archangel Michael. It's one of the only Archangel Michael decks that I know that's on the market. I'm hoping that maybe some other deck creators will come out with, another deck. But for now, I'm going to be using her cards because they're the only Archangel Michael cards out there. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. I will introduce each deck as I shuffle. Let's focus on the masculine. Where's the masculine at this present time? So I'm just going to say he rather than continuously saying masculine, because I keep, like when I rehear some of my videos sometimes, it's just like, oh, how many times am I going to say masculine, feminine, blah, blah, blah. It's just too much. So I'm just going to try to cut it and remind myself to say he or she. Okay. So let's focus on the masculine and see where he is at this particular time. How we're going to do that is we are going to tap into this deck, which I have not used in ages, the Akashic Tarot. And I'll tell you why. Because this particular deck is completely changed. It's not like a traditional tarot. But guess what? I'm going to use it my way. So if you guys are familiar with this deck, I may not be using it the way that you use it. I'm certainly not using it the way that the creator had intended it. So I'm going to use it my way, and I'm going to use it intuitively as well. So just to let you guys know before I even dip into it. So let's get into this. Masculine's overall energy this week. Let's get it. And I want to combine this with the Wisdom of the Avalon cards by Colette Baron Reid. All right, so I just want to kind of get an overall energy that the masculine may be in this week. We got the dragon, power and strength, very masculine energy. Okay, dragon. Maybe he is battling dragons. Maybe he is facing his dragons. Let's go ahead and get an energy here. Love it. The Ascent, Seven of Keys, which is the Seven of Pentacles energy. Seven of Pentacles is evaluating your progress, evaluating all of the hard work that you have put towards a situation, or, just a situation. So it's kind of like getting at the top and then seeing things from some sort of perspective. Do I want to continue on? Do I want to continue this ascent? Do I want to, build things in a different way? Do I want to go to my next mountain, my next goal? So there's some sort of an energy here of utilizing power and strength in order to achieve goals, to make it to the top. I just noticed here that my computer is not plugged in, so let me do that before we have a real problem and the video shuts off. And for some reason, there we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing here. So let's get two more. Five of Forces is the Five of Wands energy. Now, of course, in this particular deck, we have summer and winter, which could be specific regardless, like maybe you're somewhere else in the world. So there's going to be different time frames here. It's, maybe opposite energy depending on where you're at. But there could be a timing of summer and winter. Maybe the masculine is in this energy here in the summer or the winter months. Maybe he is working on some sort of goal that he hopes to pay off by the summer or winter. Maybe he's been working on it since the winter. Regardless, there's definitely something about about seasons and time periods and some sort of amount of planning and things that he is focused on. I feel like he's focused on a particular goal, and he's really in his masculine energy to utilize his power and strength in order to achieve a goal. That's what I see his main focus is at. Yeah. And he feels like he's on track. The Ace of Scrolls is the Ace of Swords. So it's like clarity that I'm on track with my goals. I'm on track with my life. The masculine literally may be even out in nature climbing mountains. I mean, that could be specific, as in they're out in nature, because we have forces. This forces is about being outside, being in nature, the forces of nature. It's kind of like nothing's going to keep me down. Nothing's going to keep the masculine down at this point. The masculine is on freaking fire. The masculine is on track to achieve certain goals and to do certain things, to ascend. That's what I'm seeing here. It's beautiful energy. So the masculine is very, very in his own energy and is in his own power. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and switch gears and go to the feminine. Where is the feminine at this particular time? Let's go ahead and do the same thing. We'll get an overall energy for her this week. That's the one. We have the Fire Fairy, creative action and optimism. That's beautiful. So very creative, very fiery by nature. Maybe be right in her element. Okay, so this particular card is about spiritual energy around her. Look at that woman here. She's sitting there, the feminine. She's sitting there. She's just reading her book. And do you hear that? Oh, I hear that. I see that. I sense this. I hear this little angel on my shoulder. I see this. I see fairies. Look at that. She actually is seeing fairies. So for me, what this is suggesting here is that the feminine is really in her realm. She's really in touch with her spirit team, her spirit guides, her higher self. She may be even spending time in nature right now. Some of you may have a really close connection with particular elementals and fairies. That could be your thing, but that does not have to be it for everybody. All I know is that there's spirits around the feminine. Her higher self, her spirit team is making contact with her this week and is really helping her, perhaps, or just giving her some sort of guidance. She only needs to listen. She only needs to listen. Hilarion, beautiful. This is the Hierophant's card. Very spiritual energy that the feminine is connected to this week. Very connected on a very deep level with herself, really going within perhaps. Maybe the feminine's even reading some sort of book that's giving her spiritual guidance this week. Because I have two cards that show books. So there's some sort of knowledge here. There's some sort of wisdom that is being gained, but I'm getting it's connected to the other side in both of these cards. As you can see, there are two different realms here. There's two different realms in this card too. So there's something specific about working with the spirit realm or her spirit team or her higher self or other dimensions this week. And it's helping her to become creative, optimistic, and to take action. Beautiful. So whatever ideas she's also receiving, I'm getting that she's supposed to take action on these creative ideas. And why? Because it's going to be a freaking waterfall. Just something is just going to flow. It is going to give. It is going to produce. The dam is going to break. And there is just going to be this beautiful flow of water. The Six of Forces is the Six of Wands. It's victory, it's success, it's gold. So what I'm getting for the feminine this week is that whatever she is connected to, whatever ideas or inspirations or guidance that she is getting, whether it's with her own life or maybe perhaps her connection, doesn't matter. It's gold, baby. This is about paying attention to that and moving forward, because whatever you put your mind and your spirit to is going to be a success. It's going to be victory. I love it. Both amazing messages for the feminine and the masculine this week. So why don't we go ahead and see where the connection is? Where's the connection? What is the energy of their connection this week? That's the one that wants to fall. So let me get it. It fell. Oh my gosh, it went all the way underneath the bed. Okay. We have the cow. It just sounds funny. The cow. Okay, this says nourishment, abundance, asking, and you shall receive. So there is some sort of nourishment and abundance that's coming from this cow. Some sort of a cow. This connection is being represented by a cow this week. But we have views of the ego, Four of Cups. So The Four of Cups is a card where somebody isn't quite getting it. They're not quite seeing what's being offered to them. They're not quite, seeing the opportunity that lays before them. So we have views of the ego. Somebody may be very stuck in the material world. They may be very stuck when it comes to seeing things in the lower vibrational energies of the third dimensional world, not seeing things from a higher perspective. Now, what I want to say is this, that the feminine is very much in touch with her spirit guide, her spirit team, her higher self. So don't feel that that's the feminine. I'm not saying that the feminine can't get into this energy. She can, because remember, this is the connective energy. But I feel like the masculine is very focused in the material world. Very focused in masculine energy, material keys here, making it big, using forces. This is very analytical, practical energy here. Not a lot of deep emotional energy here. We have more of like a introspective, deep energy for the feminine. So I feel like maybe the masculine is still kind of looking at himself, viewing himself, cares about how he looks, maybe working on his physical self. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he might still kind of be focused in more of the earthly plane, in earthly matters, okay? That's where he's getting his nourishment. That's where his abundance lies. That's where he's looking for some sort of nourishment, I'm getting, is from the material world. All right, in Crescent Moon, Six of Keys, the Six of Pentacles energy. We're working on something. Look at this person. They're creating a sculpture here. So this, again, to me, just confirms that the masculine is very focused on getting his nourishment from material abundance, what he is creating. This is the work that's paying off, things that he is putting forth in the material world. This is about things that are paying off. It's causing him to look at himself, and he likes what he sees. He's feeling really good, but there are certain views that he has not seen just yet. So a lot of his views of himself are still connected to the material world. But we have the Willow. See, it's just a blocked view. That's all it is. It's a blocked view right now. So there's a little bit of a blockage here. This is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands has to do with decisions, okay? We have to make a decision to see things from a different perspective. The masculine's just in this energy. So I really feel like it's not that the feminine's just so perfect and that she's got it all right, okay? But I am getting that the masculine for perhaps this week is somewhat blocking the connection because there's still some sort of views of the ego that he has not quite seen differently yet. He's still examining things from a material perspective rather than seeing things from a higher perspective. He may be working on that because we do have that he is on track with what he is achieving as far as his goals are concerned, and he is starting to see things differently, but he's still kind of stuck here in this energy. He's getting his nourishment from the material world. But there is some sort of light just beyond that tree. But he has to cross that lake or that little river or that stream in order to get there. And he just hasn't got there yet. That's all. The feminine here, I feel, is really seeking her nourishment when it comes from her higher self, when it comes from the spirit world, when it comes from just the things that she knows on a deep intuitive level. So I feel like the masculine is really masculine this week and the feminine is really feminine this week. That's what I'm picking up on. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and go into some more cards here. Let's see specifically how the masculine is viewing the feminine. What do we want to use here? How is the masculine viewing the feminine? We're going to go into the Moonchild Tarot. I'm not using any reversals this week. I just ain't feeling it, so I'm not going to do it. Moonchild Tarot. Moonchild Tarot is available on the website of the creators. But this particular deck is the same artist, I believe, and is available on Amazon. And I got a barking dog outside. It's not mine. Okay. How is the masculine viewing the feminine this week? What does the energy look like with the King of Pentacles? I feel like the masculine is so focused on his own his own achievements. It's not to say that he's not even regarding his feminine or that he's not thinking about her, but he's very focused on the material world. He's very focused on his projects. He's very focused on his success right now. So that's just unfortunately where he's at, okay? So I feel like that's going to take precedence over the feminine right now. Yep, we have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups already came through for the masculine. So this just confirms for me that he's very focused in the material world. He's very focused on himself. And so it's very difficult for him to even really focus on the feminine at this point. Okay. Let's get one last card. We have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, the Ace of Wands is about creativity. The Ace of Wands is about passion. The Ace of Wands is definitely an energy of like initiation when it comes to creative projects, feeling on fire, feeling fresh, feeling excited. So I feel like the masculine's energy is very focused on exciting things and other things besides the feminine. But that Ace of Wands does tell me, though, that there is at least still some sort of a spark or interest that he has towards the feminine, but more of his energy is focused away from the feminine and more on himself, which doesn't necessarily need to be a negative thing, okay? If the masculine has a lot of work to do and he has a lot of work to do when it comes to self-worth issues, this may be exactly what the masculine needs. But let's go ahead and get one other card to just kind of clarify everything. Yeah, break the chain. He has not broken the connection with the feminine is what I'm seeing here. So he hasn't broken the chain. They're still connected. He's still connected to her. But we have some sort of patterns and healing and rewriting things so that way we can have a different future. So I feel like the masculine is still also chained to his old ways of thinking, hasn't broken those patterns just yet, has not crossed over to the other side just yet. I do feel like it is being worked on right now, though. And because of that, I feel like that's why that Ace of Wands is there, because there is still potential. And as far as his energy towards the feminine, he has not broken the chain with her. He's still connected to her, but he is still very much focused in the material world. So it's kind of causing them to have a missed opportunity to be together right now. Still not quite getting it. So let's take a look at the feminine's energy and see where she's at. This is called the Star Child Tarot. So there's two decks, the Moon Child and the Star Child Tarot. How is the feminine viewing the masculine, or the energies? We have the Two of Wands. So this is the deal. She knows that the masculine's in that energy. Do you see that, you guys? It came up already in the connection because she's connected to her higher self. She's connected to her spirit team, her spirit guides, you know, the connection with the universe. She knows. She knows that her masculine has to make some sort of a choice to cross that stream. And she knows that until he does, you know, there's not going to probably be a lot of progress in their connection right now. But I'm getting she's okay with that. She's okay with that. She's sitting pretty. She's doing fine. Yep, Eight of Crystals. She's just working on herself. Eight of Pentacles. I'm just doing my thing. I'm working on things. We got all the moon cycles here. She's taking her time. She's doing her. She's focusing on her. She sees that her masculine also has a lot of work to do. So she's honoring that. She's allowing that to happen. And I have the Seven of Crystals. Exactly. This right here. Really, Sharky? Sorry, Sharky just pushed a lot of cards off the table. But we already saw that the masculine was in the Seven of Pentacles energy in the very beginning of the reading. She's very aware of what the masculine needs to do. She's very aware that this is a process that the masculine has to go through. She just knows it. So she's not in any rush. We still have the same moons that she's working with here are these same moons that she has down here. So she's making progress. She's not just sitting around doing nothing waiting for her masculine. She's working on herself too. But the thing is, she realizes that there's certain things that have to take place first. You know, she doesn't want to come back together with him if he's not ready or if he's not feeling it. She doesn't want that. Yep, the initiation, look at that. See, there has to be some sort of rite of passage. So it's not to say that where they're at right now is dark, but that's where she wants to be with the masculine. So I feel like she's out here and she's waiting for her masculine to make this rite of passage. Okay, you are going somewhere sacred. As in there's something sacred waiting for us out there. That's what I want, is what the feminine is saying. But the thing is, she realizes that her masculine is still stuck in the material world, in this third dimensional world. So she's waiting for him to basically have, or to continue to ascend higher. And we can already see that the masculine is working his way to ascending. Look at that. It's beautiful. So it's happening, but it's a process. It's taking time. You know, and for some of you, you might be watching this video and saying, I'm tired of waiting. Good for you. You got to do what works for you. No one said you have to do anything. So let's go ahead now and get some messages here from the higher self. Let's get the higher self messages from the masculine to the feminine. What does he want his feminine to know? Oops. What does he want his feminine to know? So let's go ahead and do it in two different ways. Let's go ahead and get a shadow here. And I'm going to use 2 different decks here. This right here is called the Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 that I created. I'm going to combine them with the Twin Flame Shadows. So we're going to get a shadow here for the masculine. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Love Pack by Chuck Spezzano and get an additional card here. Okay, Healing. It's a great card. Okay, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. So the masculine right here is saying, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't know if I'm cut out for this kind of connection. I don't know if I'm cut out in order to do the healing that I need to do. What does this healing have to do with? Elusive, being secretive perhaps, being tricky, being not revealing his true self, not taking off this disguise, hiding from this connection perhaps, hiding from his feminine. He's not sure if he can basically face his feminine. He's not sure if he can grow into the person that she needs him to be. So he's telling his feminine right here that he knows that he needs to heal this either connection between the two of them. He needs to heal the heartbreak that was either experienced, if there was any. But he needs to heal this elusive behavior. I feel like the masculine wants to be free. The masculine wants to be elusive. He doesn't want to make a commitment. He doesn't want to be pinned down. He's so busy working in the material world and experiencing all kinds of things, all kinds of exciting things, maybe even success, that he may not want to settle down. He's very much here, looking at himself, very proud of himself, feeling accomplished for his work, for his achievements. He feels like he's on track. He might not feel like he's ready for this kind of commitment or situation. So he's confused at this point. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. And that's probably one of the reasons why he's really, really focused in the material world, because he doesn't know whether or not this is the right opportunity to be able to offer something to the feminine. Why offer it if he can't follow it up? So this needs to be healed. His elusive behavior, his non-committal behavior, if there's a non-commitment issue here, needs to be healed. So he's telling her right now, I don't know that I'm cut out for this. I need time. And that's why the 7 of Pentacles came up twice. I need time. That's what it is. And the advice for the feminine is definitely not wait for this. No, you need to figure out things, while you basically are either waiting, or if you're not waiting, you need to continue to move forward with your life. I mean, whatever that means to you is what you're supposed to do. No one is holding anybody's, hand and saying you have to walk this path. No one. So whatever feels right for you is what you should do. So why don't we go ahead now and focus on the feminine's higher self and what she wants to say to the masculine. I got spooked. So the feminine, and this one wants to pop over too, so I'm going to take it. I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions, and I got spooked. I got scared. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a shadow with this, see what this has to do with. I'm already picking up on, though, is that the feminine is basically just feeling like, I'm afraid. She's afraid as well. She's afraid that her masculine's just going to basically run away again. So again, this whole elusive thing could be very significant for some of you out there that have experienced this kind of runner syndrome from your masculine, non-commitment kind of energy here. You're afraid that he's going to get spooked again and that he's going to run away. And you have this energy of feeling consequences because of your actions. Actions perhaps to take your masculine back if he returns. Actions that, it's just kind of like being afraid to not live your life, to continue to be afraid to move forward without your masculine. There's some sort of consequences of actions and feeling afraid of those consequences of what will happen. If I stay, do I go, do I invest, do I give up? Do I give to it? Do I not? I feel like the feminine here, her shadows and her challenges right now, she's really afraid to basically give this a second chance. She's afraid that her masculine is not going to basically be able to give to her in the way that she knows that she deserves. I feel like that's more what it is. She's afraid that her masculine isn't going to be able to show up for this connection, that he's going to run away again, or that he's not going to be available, that he's going to hurt her again. So I feel like that should just be proof right there with where the masculine is at, is to continue to be okay with the fact that he's still got work to do and to allow him the time that he needs in order to do it. Now, again, you're not waiting around. You're not putting your life on hold. You're still doing you, and I do see that. You're trusting in this process, though. You're trusting that a higher power here is maybe at hand, and that you're just kind of allowing something else bigger than yourself to take over at this point. You're still working on yourself. You're still co-creating with spirit, but you're not, I feel like a lot of you have a tendency perhaps to fall into this energy here and there, but I'm not getting that you're staying stuck in this energy. It kind of comes and it goes, but it's a shadow that you're obviously facing here and there. And it's because of behaviors in the past, perhaps with the masculine. Again, it's not blaming masculines. It's some feminines out there could have, been in some sort of behavior before as well, as in maybe you have a hard time committing and you keep running away from this connection, perhaps, and you're afraid that you're just going to do that again. And maybe you're feeling the consequences of you escaping this connection and leaving the way that you did, and afraid that now you've lost this chance forever. I mean, there's all kinds of things that could go on with so many different situations out there. I never want to say it's all this way or one way. Take what resonates with your situation. So with this, there's obviously some fears. There's fears on the masculine's part. There's fears on the feminine's part. It's here. It's life. It's reality. It's just here. But whether or not we're going to give in and we're going to wallow in these shadows and wallow in these challenges is a different story. So feminines, here it is. If this is an energy for you, this is just saying that you still have some healing to do as well. That's it. That's what it is. So why don't we go ahead now and get some messages from, let's get some messages from Archangel Michael. Let's see what we got here. Let's get some messages from Archangel Michael. And we're going to combine these with the Permission to Be Powerful cards by Melanie from Whole Again 1111. What do we got here? Emotions and feelings like a freaking roller coaster, right? Up and down, all around. Holy crap, but explore your options. Okay, so this is the deal, you guys. Again, our emotions are all over the place. One day we're doing really good, and then the next we're like, holy shit, what do I do? Do I continue to invest? Do I wait? Do I carry on? What do I do? The only reason I say these things is because I hear it a lot. I hear it all day long when it comes to personal readings or comments on my videos. So what Archangel Michael is telling you, explore your options. Don't hone in on just this one thing. Don't put all of your eggs into this basket. Because at the end of the day, we have two people that have a connection. Maybe perhaps we have a contract, but that doesn't mean that people will actually show up and honor the contract and do what they're supposed to do in order to evolve and get this thing going. Some people will drag their feet, maybe forever. So we definitely don't want to put all of our eggs into this one basket and wait for this person to basically grow up and figure it out. You've got to keep moving forward with your life. You've got to keep opening yourself up and exploring and expanding your mind. So we can't do that if we're putting all our eggs into this basket and waiting for this person to supply our ultimate happiness. Our own cup has to be full. We can't go around running around the world with an empty cup waiting for somebody else to fill it. We've got to fill it ourselves. So we've got to explore other options right now. And I don't mean we got to explore other people, but we got to keep our options open, you guys. We can't just focus on this connection. You know, we can't do it. I mean, you can, but there's an energy where you're going to stay stuck. Forgiveness and peace. So instead, be in an energy of forgiveness and peace. You created the situation and you have the power to change it. So this is the deal. Okay, some of us could be very stuck. We could be very stuck on a roller coaster of emotions. We're high, we're low. We're dark, we're light. We're in love, we're in hate. All over the place. That's natural to feel emotions. But sometimes we're so all over the place and unstable in these emotions that we get to a point where we don't even know what's real or what's not anymore. And the only reason I'm saying this, you guys, is because I hear it all the time. I don't even know if I can trust myself anymore. I don't know what's real. I don't know if this is bullshit. I don't know if I'm just telling myself this is a fantasy. I don't know if this is something I'm just making up in my head because I want it so bad. So this is what I'm getting. You created the situation. We all create situations, meaning whatever we believe becomes real for us, okay? For us. It doesn't mean that it's going to be the same for the other person. So at some point, we have to be in a neutral energy with it. We can feel this connection, okay? We can explore as to maybe why we feel this connection. We can figure out maybe there's something for us to learn, something for us to heal. But when we get into this energy of this person and me are meant to be no matter what. Now we can feel that on like our deep, like an inner knowingness or on a heart level. And it's just a peace that we feel. We feel at peace with it. And the difference is you don't need it. You don't need it. You just know. You just know at some point that you and this person, that there's a possibility that you'll meet this person again, that you'll see this person again, that you guys will be together, maybe in a successful relationship down the line. You just know that there's a period of time that's going on where you guys are doing this soul work. You guys are twin flames, you guys are soulmates, whatever the situation may be. You just feel it, and that's great. And it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel peaceful, and you're not up and down and all around, and you're living your life. You're still carrying on, you're still doing you. That's healthy. But what's not healthy is one night you're high, it's happening, the next, I'm done with this twin flame journey, I'm sick of it, they did this, they're not doing that. That's when you know you're on an emotional roller coaster of hell. You have created this own hellish experience for yourself, and you feel like a victim. You feel like it's not fair. The universe keeps doing this to me over and over and over again. I hear this a lot. It's the universe's fault. God is punishing me. When we're in that kind of state of hell, that's literally a hell that we're creating. The universe isn't doing anything. Other people aren't doing this to us. We're doing it to ourselves, people. So that's why the forgiveness and peace is here. You've got to get off of that roller coaster of blame or that roller coaster of highs and lows. The key to life is even-mindedness. It's about allowing yourself to just ride that nice, even roller coaster, skipping all the ups and downs. So when we're high, we're going to come crashing down. When we're low, we're going to go, have extreme spikes. And those things and those emotions and those feelings can be very, very exciting, but they come with the price, okay? Because what comes up must sometimes come down. And I'm not trying to be a negative Nelly. I mean, some people may always be high and always are able to stay in that high vibration. So I'm definitely not saying that you guys cannot achieve that. But a lot of people struggle with achieving that and staying there. So you've created this situation, and now you have the power to change it. So you can change this roller coaster ride at any time, okay? By forgiving others and forgiving yourself and getting to a state of peace with this connection. And being at peace with this connection means that you let go of the expectations that you have to have this partner, or that this connection has to happen or else, or that there's nobody else in the universe for you but this person. And I'm not saying that there is or there isn't, but that kind of way of thinking can really, really keep you stuck. And it can keep you on an emotional roller coaster of hell, thinking that one person is the key to your happiness. The key to happiness lies within ourselves. So until you choose that, until you understand that, until you understand that our experiences are what we make them to be and what we create them to be, then that is the emotional roller coaster that you're going to be on. What roller coaster, what ride do you want to be on? Do you want to be on a ride of forgiveness and peace, or do you want to be on an emotional roller coaster of highs and lows? So what Spirit is saying here, Archangel Michael is saying, is that you can redo this. Doesn't have to continue to be this crazy ride. This crazy ride is only going to be a crazy ride as long as you're allowing it to, as long as you keep creating these dips and these loops. It's up to you. You're creating your reality. That's what it is. You're in charge of that reality. So you can be in an energy of forgiveness and peace, or maybe you need to step off the roller coaster for a while. Take a break. Take a breather. Maybe, barf over the side of the of the roller coaster if it's getting too crazy. Release it and get off the ride. Recuperate. All right, let's get one last message here. Look at that. Help and support is here. You're not alone. You're not alone. Some of you may need help getting off this roller coaster ride. Some of you may need some sort of even mental support. some sort of counseling, perhaps somebody to talk to, a trusted mentor, somebody that, has a little bit more experience perhaps in these types of things, somebody that's been through it, somebody that can really help you. But you have to be open to this help and support that is here for you. Be gentle with yourself. At the end of the day, don't berate yourself over this. You've got to forgive yourself, and you got to come to peace. You got to be at peace with yourself before you can even be at peace with other people. So you got to be gentle with yourself. You got to forgive yourself. You've got to take care of yourself is what I'm getting here. So what's Archangel Michael is specifically telling you is that I'm here for you. I'm leading you to a support system if you need it. There are other people that are here to help you on this roller coaster ride of madness if you feel like you're on one. And explore options and realize that we're actually in control of our own happiness. And so if you're not happy, it might mean that it's time to examine that. And it's time to take a little bit of a step off that roller coaster for a little bit of time and recuperate, if that's what needs to happen. So that was really, really deep, you guys. Really, really deep. So let's go ahead and see what is going on in the connection. Let's see what's going on with this connection right now, just kind of like where this connection is and just what's the status. Where is it at in regards to, is it in the beginning stages? Is it in a really, just challenge stage? Is it regressing? Is it progressing? Are we nearing some sort of completion? What's the deal? So we're going to tap into the Twin Flame Journey Tarot and the Twin Flame Oracle cards that I created. Well, I love this. It's growing. We have the Sun card, which says illumination and growth. As long as we're willing to see things clearly, as long as we're willing to come out of the darkness, to step out of our shadows, to see the light, we will grow. As long as we put ourselves out there in the world where the sun can hit us, we will grow. We will see that we have unawakened. So this is the deal. We can't stay in the dark. We can't hold on to unawakened energy. We have to grow. We have to illuminate. So if some of us are dealing with a person that just still isn't in the light, or still hasn't had their awakening process, or still isn't getting it, or they're not seeing things the way that we see them, they're not feeling the connection, they don't get it. You know it without a shadow of a doubt that you and this person have this special connection, but yet they're telling you, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. There are some people that are dealing with people like this, where they're just like totally not on the same page whatsoever. So it's this complete opposite energy here. So some of you might be dealing with somebody who's completely in dark and you're in that illuminated, awakened stage of light. Okay? But what the key word is growth, meaning that this energy will continue to grow and progress. Yep, look at that 10 of Swords. There has been an ending here. There has been some sort of pain. For some of you, there may have been some sort of backstabbing. Somebody just literally, you felt like death. You felt like you just could have died over this whole pain situation. Whatever has transpired here. There's definitely been some sort of pain. Yep, look at that mask. I feel like somebody may have caused pain because of their own insecurities, because of their own inability to be authentic, because of their own darkness that they were not comfortable with. So I did see here that one of the masculine's shadows, one of the masculine's energies is elusive. Preferring to be elusive, preferring to hide, preferring to kind of stay masked, preferring to perhaps see things from an ego perspective. So there's a little bit of an unawakened energy. I'm not getting completely unawakened because I don't think anybody's completely unawakened, but there's definitely more of an awakened energy for feminine that is watching this video than the masculine. So there was a painful ending and we've got mask. Somebody isn't willing to face it yet. Somebody isn't willing to take off that mask perhaps and see things, or see the error of their ways, or see what damage they've done. This is also to me an energy that's saying we might be masking the pain. We might be masking a painful ending. We might be putting a band-aid on it or a mask on it, or maybe telling ourselves something about this connection so we don't have to deal with the painful ending. That could be it for some of us. Okay. We have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is about emotional mastery. So this is about mastering our emotions through this connection, mastering our emotions in this process. Yes, this could be the masculine, as in this is something that will need to take place. The masculine will need to step into that King of Cups energy to master his emotions. But I'm getting here that whatever has transpired between these two people, I feel like the feminine is also going to have to master her emotions in this process as well, because there's been some sort of sadness and pain. Yeah, we're going to have to receive this emotional mastery lesson in order to progress forward. So I just feel this week that the masculine obviously is in the energy of the self, is in the energy of just very focused in the material world and not super focused on this connection this week, whereas maybe other weeks he was, but he might be experiencing some sort of material success or abundance, and so that seems to be taking precedence over any kind of emotional connection this week. But that's okay, because I'm getting here it's all a part of the awakening process. It's all a part of the situation. So the feminine can now use this energy to continue to illuminate her own life and continue to grow. Even if her masculine is not on the same page as her right now, that's okay. She's going to continue to still receive the lessons, the growth, the wisdom that this connection provides her. She's going to still continue to stay true to her own path and to her own growth and her own healing in this process, regardless of whether or not her masculine is on the same page or not. It doesn't matter. She's still bettering her life over this particular experience. And that's the point. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some possible future energies on the horizon for this connection. What's the possibility that things may shift and change in this connection? Let's go ahead and see. We're going to be using Madame Endor's fortune cards. And we're going to combine them with the Signs from Spirit Love Oracle that I created. We have Love and Prosperity, the Queen. So I feel like this is definitely the energy of the feminine. That's, look at her. She's hugging herself. She feels powerful. She's in an energy of self-love. She's prosperous in that energy. She's feeling good. So that I see, feminines, for you is that there's definitely some sort of love and prosperity. Yeah, you're indestructible, like bones. Bones can technically be destroyed, but they're very difficult to destroy. You're strong. You're strong in your queen energy. You refuse to be destroyed by this situation. You are going to survive. You will survive. Strength and wisdom, exactly. You're gaining strength by dealing with your dragons, by dealing with just all the energies that may have been difficult. You're deriving strength. I don't know why I feel this way. The masculine, I thought, had the dragon. Very beginning of this reading. Yeah, look at that. Now, I'm not here to say that this masculine has caused this darkness for you, but I think it's very interesting that we have two dragons here, and this was connected to the masculine. So any kind of energy that the masculine has basically put your way or thrown your way, you're indestructible. You have survived. So what I'm picking up on, even for the future, is that you're going to continue to be okay. You're not going to die over this. You're not going to die whether or not you come together with your masculine or not. You're going to be okay. You're going to survive. You're going to be actually stronger, and you're going to gain more wisdom and more self-love and prosperity for yourself in this entire process. Now we have songs and information. Okay, so this is beautiful. You know what's so funny is I kept saying, I will survive. Who sings that song? Gloria Gaynor, I think. I think that's her name. You know that song, I Will Survive? There is some sort of information when it comes to songs. So I'm getting here, you're deriving strength and wisdom through songs. Don't listen to songs that make you sad. Don't listen to songs that lower your vibration and make you melancholy. Listen to songs that empower you, that give you strength and courage. That's what I'm getting, that cause you to be strong. Some of us may also be gaining some sort of wisdom through songs for the future that is kind of, somewhat being predictive of the future of this connection, perhaps. We have darkness that's looming on the horizon with the raven. And we have shelter, but that's okay. You've got this umbrella to shelter yourself, to shield yourself. Darkness looms on the horizon, so we are protected, but we're protecting ourselves. So we have this umbrella, so we're blocking any kind of darkness that's coming our way. And why are we doing this? Because we're strong now, because we feel indestructible, because we have the wisdom now to deal with darkness. Maybe before, we were on that emotional roller coaster, and so every single time something happened or didn't happen, it totally took us for a whirlwind. It created us to feel just completely dizzy. But now we know how to deal with the darkness. We know how to deal with the bullshit moving forward. We're protecting ourselves. So this really isn't saying what is going to necessarily transpire in the future, but this is just basically showcasing that the feminine is surviving. She's full of strength, courage, and wisdom. She's experiencing prosperity because of the love that she feels for herself. She is protected, and she is dealing with any kind of darkness and shade that's coming at her in any way, shape, or form, whether it's from the masculine or her own feelings or maybe other energies or circumstances around her. But she is basically in her queen energy. She is feeling really, really good. Okay. So because that didn't really depict any kind of future energy, I will go ahead and tap into these cards once again, which is the Twin Flame Journey Tarot, just to see if Spirit's willing to share with us any kind of shifts or changes that are on the horizon in the future. We're going to get 5 cards. Okay. So we have some interesting energy here. We do have 2 kings. There could be an indication here of 2 people, third-party situation, 2 men, I shouldn't say men, 2 masculine energies. Don't really like to label anyone, but 2 masculine energies here. So this is the deal. For some of you, you could be with a partner right now, and there could be some sort of message and breakthrough that somebody has, and they return to your life. Literally, they are feeling good. They are feeling like they are on top of the world. I really feel like this is the masculine's energy here, the person that you're watching this video for. And somebody's coming through with the message of love. It's a small offer, but it's something. They're having some sort of breakthrough. We have divine intervention. Now, this is an indication here that the divine, as in the universe, may step in, may cause some sort of realignment. Now, they're not taking away people's free will, but they may be having a hand in some sort of an event, perhaps, that helps people to see things in a different light. There may be some sort of circumstances that happen that cause the masculine to get into this energy of seeing something. He can envision something. He's feeling at the top. He's feeling better. So something comes crashing down. But I do see a King of Pentacles as in stable, safe energy. So it could be that literally this is the energy that you're dealing with now, and this is the potential that the masculine can be this King of Pentacles for you. Maybe he could never be the King of Pentacles for you before, but now in the future, there's a possibility that he will be. But he's got to have major breakthrough and awareness first. This is a card of like an awakening. And then causing him to really get into his feels again, causing him to get into his emotions, to want to make that offer to you, to want to message you. So I see a message of love, somebody possibly having some sort of breakthrough, or even messaging somebody that causes complete and total chaos in your stable world, perhaps, divine feminines, if you happen to resonate with that message. But for others, I feel like you may have a choice to make between a stable, safe partner or a partner that really lights you on fire. And I feel like there's going to be some sort of a tower moment and breakthrough, and somebody's going to have to make a decision on what they want to do. Do they want to continue to go down this path with this masculine, or are they going to choose to go into a direction with maybe perhaps a partner who's going to offer more stability? So I feel like there's going to be a choice for some of you down the line. But if it's not between two masculines, I just am seeing here that there may be some sort of an awareness or breakthrough or some sort of intervention and tower moment that happens that causes somebody to get more in an energy where they want to offer love. They're done with this King of Wands energy, which is, going off and chasing their dreams and hitting big goals and being in the material world. And now they want to just be a stable partner and offer some sort of commitment. Maybe even some of them want to start a family and get married, perhaps. So take it as it resonates with you guys, because that's what's coming through. I can't quite predict these types of future events, so just take what you will from that. But it looks very interesting is all I'm going to say. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you guys have a great week. Bye-bye.